I'm coming to you today to encourage everyone listening and watching to stop tithing. That's right, you heard me correctly. I'm going to encourage you to stop tithing. But before you turn off this video, go ahead and hear me out over the next few minutes. One of the biggest questions that I get is regarding tithing. A lot of people talk about the fact that it's an Old Testament principle. It's not really mentioned in the New Testament. A lot of people seem to be looking for an excuse to get out of giving to the Lord. And I just want to explain to you guys that I believe that giving to the Lord is one of the greatest opportunities that we have in order to store up for ourselves treasures in heaven. Maybe this doesn't happen with you, but with me, because I've been spending a lifetime developing kingdom mentality. Every time I get a chance to give, especially when it's the Holy Spirit who is prompting me to give, I get excited because that's a chance for me to invest in eternity, which is so much more important than investing temporally or just in this life. Now, I went ahead and told you that I recommend that you stop tithing. Let me tell you why. I'm not going to go into a full teaching today. I'm just going to allude to a few scriptural principles, okay? But I want to give you my take on why you should stop tithing. Have you guys ever been to a bowling alley and they have something called a bumper guard, okay? It's something that fills up the gutter so that your ball cannot go in the gutter and you are guaranteed to hit some pins, okay? That's a bumper guard. Have you ever seen somebody learning how to ride a bicycle, usually a younger person or a toddler, and they have training wheels on the bicycle so that that bicycle is not going to fall over? Guys, that's what tithing is to me. You know, back in the Old Testament, most people were not really friends of God. They did not have the Holy Spirit working in their lives the way that we do now. And so God gave them this principle of tithing. That is so that they could participate in his kingdom and get all of those kingdom benefits with a rule on there so that they would be able to come into alignment with kingdom principles, which say that whatever you sow from that, you're going to reap from. And so when we sow our finances or our material possessions or our time into God's kingdom, we will reap a benefit for that. So guys, I really see tithing as the bare minimum. Tithing is the bumper guard. Tithing is the training wheels. Let me put it this way. Tithing is for beginners, okay? Tithing is for people that are not really generous yet. They're not really led by the Holy Spirit in their giving to the level that they need to be in order to become the man or the woman that God calls them to be. Guys, if you are giving generously, if you are giving cheerfully, if you're giving hilariously, as the scriptures tell us to do, you're going to be giving a lot more than a measly 10%. I know a guy, that the Lord spoke to him and said, give 51% of your income. And that's what he does. I know another guy who's really blessed as well, where the Holy Spirit spoke to him and said, live on 1/3, invest 1/3, and give away 1/3. And unbelievable what has happened in this guy's life. The point that I want to make, guys, is this. Tithing really is an Old Testament principle. The principle now is that we are following the leading of the Holy Spirit in our giving. And when we follow the leading of the Holy Spirit, it will always be at least what was mentioned in the Old Testament. Remember that Jesus says, I did not come to abolish the law, but I came to complete it. In other words, guys, the Holy Spirit would never lead anybody to give less than tithe. The Holy Spirit would never lead anybody to give less than 10% of their income. He will probably, more than likely, compel you to give way more than the 10%. Now, if you came and told me that the Holy Spirit said, hey, I want you to do that Old Testament principle. I want you to give the tithe. I would believe you, because I believe the Holy Spirit has told many people to do just that. But they're not doing it under compulsion. They're doing it because they are led by the Holy Spirit. They're doing it cheerfully because they want to give and they want to invest. So my recommendation, guys, stop tithing. But my other recommendation is this: make sure that you're at least tithing, because that really is the bare minimum. So give to your church, where you get your spiritual food. Make sure that you give as the Spirit leads to people who are in need, whether it's a family member or even a stranger. Give to missions, give to the advancement of the gospel. And guys, if you're really wanting to give, so that your treasures are laid up in heaven and not just here on this earth, make sure that all of the charities that you give to are charities that are Christian based, that are winning the lost, because that's actually what translates into eternal treasure. Now, you know what, guys? I'm filming this in my backyard. The neighbor boys right now are having a really good time. You can hear that in the background. My name is Steve McKinney. I'm a missionary serving as a pastor in the Philippines at Gateway Mission Assembly. We meet every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. At Cinema 8 currently at the Gateway Mall. And it's really an awesome church. And we do a lot of other ministries as well. Guys, feel free to contact me. If you're blessed by this teaching, blessed by this video, then please like it. Please subscribe and please share. And I just want you to know that I am here for you. If you want to contact me, I do biblically based counseling, and I'd love to hear from you. God bless you.